Welcome to Digital Crossroads, the podcast where we unpack the evolving landscape of technology, law, and society. Today, we're diving deep into a piece of legislation that has sent ripples across India's rapidly growing digital ecosystem, the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025.
It's a bill sparking intense debate, promising protection from societal harms while raising critical questions about economic impact and individual freedoms. We'll explore the government's intent, the industry's concerns, and what this all means for millions of users.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Digital Crossroads. I'm Deepika.
And I'm Santosh. We've been tracking the developments around this bill closely, and it truly represents a significant moment for India's digital future.
Absolutely. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is this Online Gaming Bill 2025 and why has it become such a hot topic?
Well, at its core, the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025, as it's officially known, aims to ban real money gaming, or RMG, in India. It targets companies offering fantasy sports and card games, sectors that have seen immense growth. The Union IT Minister, Ashwini Vaishnaw, stated that the bill's intent is to address the serious social, financial, psychological, and public health harms associated with these games. He highlighted concerns about people getting addicted, losing their lifetime savings, and the potential for fraud and cheating due to algorithms in use.
So the government sees this as a protective measure for citizens.
Precisely. The minister noted that there is political unanimity on the problem of online money gaming. It was described as a good bill and in national interest by Speaker Om Birla. It really comes down to a political call on what needs to be done.
Now, before we delve deeper into the bill's specifics, let's take a moment to appreciate the context. India's digital landscape has been exploding. The gig economy is thriving, with an estimated 77 lakh gig workers at the beginning of the decade projected to grow to 4.1% of income and 6.7% of the non-agricultural workforce by 2029-30.
That's a massive shift in how people work and engage digitally.
Indeed. And the gaming sector is a significant part of this digital boom. It's referred to as a sunrise sector with the potential to leverage programming, design, and storytelling talent to propel India to the forefront of global tech. The industry has even seen 3 startups achieve unicorn status.
So, on one hand, we have this incredible growth and potential, and on the other, concerns about its negative impacts.
Yes, and this isn't the only area where the government has sought to regulate the digital space. We've seen discussions around the Digital Competition Bill, the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill, and the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. There's a clear trend towards establishing more comprehensive regulatory frameworks for digital platforms and content creators.
Moving back to the online gaming bill itself, the minister mentioned that these games cause lifetime savings to evaporate. Can you elaborate on the kind of harms the government is trying to prevent?
The sources highlight a devastating human cost. There have been several cases registered in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh where individuals have ended their lives after losing money to betting apps. One tragic incident in Nizamabad saw a young man and his parents commit suicide due to the impact of these apps. The police have gathered evidence in these cases. This demonstrates the severe real-world consequences beyond just financial loss.
That's truly heartbreaking. And what about the industry's reaction to these claims and the bill itself?
The industry's tone has been cautious, but their message is clear. A blanket prohibition would strike a death knell for this legitimate job-creating industry. Firms like the E-Gaming Federation, EGF, believe the bill presents a distinct opportunity to establish a framework that safeguards players while promoting responsible growth. However, they emphasize that thoughtful regulation is needed, not prohibition.
So they are arguing for regulation, not an outright ban.
Exactly. The prohibition will effectively force these firms to stop offering pay-to-play games, which are their principal revenue stream. This is why they warn of a death knell for the industry. Companies like Zoopy, a prominent RMG Ludo app, have already announced they are discontinuing their paid games. Nazara Technologies, which invested significantly in PokerBaazi, saw its shares dip after the bill's introduction. They even issued a filing clarifying that they have no direct exposure to real money gaming or RMG businesses.
A major point of contention for the industry, as noted in the source, is the legal distinction between games of skill and games of chance. The Supreme Court has previously heard arguments on whether games of skill, like rummy, chess, and bridge, metamorphosize into games of chance when bets are placed on them, thereby becoming subject to the Goods and Services Tax (GST) regime.
So, the legal framework around this is complex, and the bill is essentially sidestepping that debate by imposing a blanket ban.
It appears so. The government, through the IT minister, said that it did not make sense to open a prohibition law up for consultation and that they had been engaging with the real money gaming industry for years. This indicates a firm stance to move directly to prohibition rather than further regulatory discussions on the skill versus chance debate that has plagued the sector.
That lack of consultation for a prohibition law is quite significant.
It is, especially when the industry argues that such a bill is likely to face a constitutional challenge on grounds of trade restriction and legislative competence. The legal battle lines are certainly being drawn.
Beyond the direct impact on gaming companies, let's talk about the broader ecosystem. We've seen a lot of celebrities and influencers promoting these apps. How has that played out?
This is another critical aspect. Aggressive digital marketing, often featuring celebrities and influencers, has fueled the spread of illegal betting. In 2024, the Advertising Standards Council of India flagged 890 illegal betting ads, with most being Instagram posts redirecting users to offshore sites. The report found celebrities like Ranveer Kapoor, Kiara Advani, and Mithali Raj promoting betting platforms disguised as sports blogs.
So, these big names are lending credibility to platforms that might be illicit?
Unfortunately, yes. These ads flood YouTube and social media, leading users to APK downloads and mirror sites via Telegram, WhatsApp, and Discord, making regulation difficult. As of March 25, the Telangana police alone had filed cases against 39 celebrities and influencers, including actors Rana Daggubati, Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda, and Prabhas, for endorsing an online betting app.
That's a significant number. Have these actions had any effect?
The advocate who filed a complaint against these celebrities, Ramarao Emaneni, argued that betting is a rigged system where the house always wins. He also stated that a significant momentum has been built against betting apps, with some influencers stopping their promotions and newcomers thinking twice before accepting such offers. This suggests that legal action and public awareness campaigns are having an impact. However, the challenge remains with offshore platforms, which are harder to crack down on due to their constant changing of banking providers.
This entire situation with online gaming regulation needs to be viewed in the larger context of the government's push to control digital content and platforms. For instance, the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill also targets online creators and content.
Yes. We've discussed how that bill could classify individual commentators as digital news broadcasters and content creators as OTT broadcasters, requiring registration and potentially leading to censorship.
Exactly. The government's stated intent with the broadcasting bill was to encourage content creators, but critics like the Internet Freedom Foundation warned its dangerous provisions and censorship implications. They argue it could create a digital license raj and is a digital authoritarianism project designed to control online narratives.
It sounds like a broader strategy to exert control over various forms of digital media, not just gaming.
That's definitely the perception among many.
The IT ministry is also examining the need for a new legal framework to regulate harmful content on digital platforms, especially after controversies involving YouTubers. The Supreme Court has even expressed concerns about obscene content on social media and urged the government to take action.
So, from a legal and ethical standpoint, what are the core issues here? Is it about free speech versus public protection?
It touches on that, but also the complexity of defining what constitutes harm in the digital age. For example, in the context of deep fakes and AI-generated content, there are significant concerns about the spread of misinformation and its impact on elections and individual reputations. The IT secretary acknowledged that the government is studying international regulations on AI. This points to an evolving understanding of digital threats.
And what about the platforms themselves? What accountability are they being asked to take?
Union INB Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has emphasized the need to strengthen existing laws governing social media and OTT platforms and build societal consensus. The IT secretary also stressed that intermediaries need to take accountability for the impact they're going to have on our society. There's a push for platforms to be more proactive in moderating content, especially harmful content. If they don't perform due diligence, they could lose protection against intermediary liability and face legal action.
This is a very complex issue, balancing innovation and economic opportunity with societal protection. So, what's the outlook for the Online Gaming Bill 2025?
Given that the bill was not released in draft form for consultation and the industry's strong opposition, it is likely to face a constitutional challenge on grounds of trade restriction and legislative competence if passed in its current form. The industry has already appealed to the Union Home Minister, Amit Shah, for a reprieve.
So, it's far from a settled matter.
Far from it. This bill, along with other digital regulations, is shaping India's approach to the digital economy. It highlights a critical challenge: how to harness the immense potential of digital technologies while mitigating their inherent risks and ensuring a fair, safe, and open digital environment for all. The debate between promoting a sunrise sector and protecting citizens from its potential downsides will undoubtedly continue.
Indeed, this conversation is just beginning. Thank you, Santosh, for shedding light on such a crucial topic.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for joining us on Digital Crossroads. We encourage you to reflect on these issues and engage thoughtfully in the ongoing dialogue about our digital future.